Good day, sir. We are Group I Don't Know, and we will be presenting the insights and reflections for the guest lecturer, Mr. Ngam Tong Sun from Deloitte. These are our group members. We have Shavindran, Ivan, which is myself, and Nikki. Following that, I'll be talking about the segment in the lecture that grabbed our attention the most, sharing the auditor's experience in Deloitte during their first year working there. One of the main focus he shared in this segment was about the auditor's willingness to ask questions and guidance from their peers or seniors. To us, it really helped demonstrate the relatability and vulnerability we collectively have. When working in a professional setting for the first time, we often have this expectation that we should have this innate knowledge or skill that are necessary for each task. Therefore, we feel a sense of fear of asking this type of questions. But through the videos he shared to us, it really helped normalize that this seemingly small hurdle is shared collectively as dozens of auditors from all over the world share the similar experience as well. Additionally, the video highlighted the importance of it being a growing experience and portrayed multiple senior members regret not making the most of it during their earlier years in the company. We felt it was very interesting as it also shows the workplace culture and behavior for Deloitte and its employees. It also gave us a sense of assurance knowing that the company's values are upheld, seeing how eager everyone was towards learning and growing, how much emphasis was given to this topic. It ultimately shows that these inquiries could end up contributing and shaping one's professional and personal growth as well.
Moving on, one of the most memorable examples from the Deloitte session was the story about how long the working hours can be, especially during peak audit season. The emphasis of his experience, in a way, seems as if an auditor may start work before dawn and not leave well after dark. At first, I'll be honest, that sounded intense. It made me wonder if I would have handled that kind of pressure, but as the speaker explained more, we realized it's just not about the hours. It's about the level of commitment and accountability auditors have to take on during crucial times. Audit assignments especially come with hard deadlines, and the pressure to get things right is very real. What made this story stick for us was how realistic and unfiltered it was. We often hear that audit is tough, but this is the first time someone painted a full picture of what those days really look like, especially during the speaker's early days as a new auditor. The talk also thankfully highlighted how these long days are manageable because of the supportive team environment. Managers check in with you and the team shares the load. So there's a shared sense of purpose. This made me feel a bit more reassured that the challenge is balanced by strong teamwork and mentorship. This story helped us set realistic expectations of working in an audit job. It's not a 9 to 5 job, especially not during the busy season. One of the most eye opening insights that we gained from this session was how rapidly technology, especially AI, is being integrated into the audit process, and thus what it means for us as future auditors. It is highlighted how platforms like Deloitte's Omnia and its AI chatbots such as Dartbots are changing the way audit teams work. Upon further research, we learned that, for example, Omnia incorporates data analytics and AI driven modules that help identify risk early, automate parts of testing, and even assist with documentation. Now, the nexus of this insight wasn't just the technology itself, it's about what this shift means to us as a student and future professionals. We realize that the role of an auditor is no longer just about manual sampling and checklists. We're expected to interpret data, evaluate what the AI is flagging, and most importantly, apply our professional judgment in a much more analytical environment. This also means that being tech savvy is no longer optional. We have to be ready to work alongside AI and not be replaced by it. Ergo, this means building skills in digital tools and as well as understanding how audit platforms process information, as well as constantly staying curious about how technology supports auditing in the near future. A key personal takeaway for me is that I need to be more comfortable with data driven thinking. As a student, I've often focused on standards and documentation, but now I understand the importance of being able to question the data ask why something's unusual, and as well as understand how the insights themselves are generated. All in all, this session made me realize that technology doesn't take away human aspects of auditing. In fact, it enhances it.
Greetings to Dr. Yo. I'm Nikleshwar Saravanan will be presenting on how I will apply what I learned for my future studies and workplace. The guest lecture fundamentally changed how I view auditing. What once seemed like a rigid process now appears to me as a mindset built on structure, skepticism, and synergy. Today, I want to reflect on four key insights I gained and how I'll apply them in my studies and my future career. First, the audit process. The layered approach from understanding the entity to assessing assertion level risks taught me that audit is strategic thinking in motion. I'll apply this risk layering method in case studies by moving from big picture questions like why SaaS company has high receivables to specific risk like how revenue is recognized. Second, the team structure, the one team model, spanning from partners to assistants, highlighted how auditing depends on synchronizing collaboration under pressure. As a future graduate auditor, I'll focus on owning my technical role while also understanding when to escalate issues like an engagement quality reviewer would, or when to involve specialists. Third, group audits. I had never considered how judgment is applied in decentralizing risk work across multiple entities. The idea of setting lower materiality for components reminded me that audit is really about prioritizing effort where risk is highest. In my group assignment, I'll emulate this by assigning deeper analysis to higher risk areas or using tools like Power BI to manage complexity across contributions. Lastly, the role of AI and the Deloitte Omnia audit lifecycle showed me that the profession is evolving. AI isn't a threat, it can actually be a tool. I'll be building my skills in data analytics so I can interpret AI results critically. That way, I'll stay relevant while continuing to apply human skepticism. To conclude, this lecture reframed audit for me not as something that ends at the balance sheet, but as a mindset for navigating uncertainty and making sound ethical judgments. Whether I'm applying layered risk thinking in academic research or lending a team with component style responsibility, these principles will stay with me. Because now I understand being an auditor means being a guardian of trust, and that's a responsibility I look forward to carrying forward. As a group, this lecture helped us move beyond the textbook view of auditing. From the demanding realities of peak audit season to the evolving role of technology to the importance of asking questions and embracing growth in the workplace, we each walked away with lessons that felt personal, practical, and powerful. Whether it's preparing for long hours, adapting to AI tools, or overcoming the fear of speaking up, we now understand that audit is as much about people, mindset, and learning as it is about numbers. And for me personally, these insights won't just sit in a lecture notebook. They'll shape how I approach my assignments, my teamwork, and ultimately my journey into the profession.